Bitcoin just had its biggest shift since inception and almost no one's talking about it. 180k price by year end? Possible. A 400k by 2028? Reasonable. 3 million by 2050? So some rather interesting insights and predictions from VanEck's Matt Sigel, who actually heads up the digital assets part of the analyst firm. So I'm going to tackle each one of these 4 points that you see listed here in turn. So according to VanEck, Bitcoin isn't just going up, it's potentially exploding to 180,000 by the end of 2025. That's not hopium, that's a data-driven target from one of the most respected asset managers in the game. But here's the catch, this forecast is contingent on macroeconomic tailwinds. We're talking rate cuts from the Fed, global liquidity easing, and a shift away from risky equities into alternative stores of value. In that kind of environment, Bitcoin isn't just some fringe asset anymore, as we're seeing. It becomes a magnet for institutional capital looking for yield and protection. And as we all know, Bitcoin moves fast and hard when moment hits. Just remember what happened after the halving in 2020. This could be a deja vu on steroids. If you think 180,000 is outrageous, you might be talking too small for this next phase. Question for you. Will you be holding Bitcoin when this rocket launches? Or will you be watching from the sidelines, wishing you'd believe sooner? Let's move on to the second point, the midterm forecast. What happens if Bitcoin just gets half the love gold does? VanEck projects that if Bitcoin captures even 50% of gold's speculative market share, which is around $10 to $12 trillion, we're looking at a price tag of $480,000 per coin, potentially within the next 3 to 4 years. Let that sink in for a moment. This isn't even about Bitcoin replacing gold entirely. This is just Bitcoin proving itself as digital gold, something it's already done in the eyes of a growing number of institutional investors, sovereign entities, and macro hedge funds. Why would this happen, you may be asking? Simple. Bitcoin is faster, more portable, absolutely scarce, and programmable. Try emailing someone an ounce of gold across borders, and then compare that to a Bitcoin transfer that clears in minutes. Gold had a 5,000-year head start. Bitcoin is catching up in just 15 years. The reallocation is happening quietly, and when the big money moves, it moves fast. So if Bitcoin hits 450k, will you be a legend who held the line, or a cautionary tale who flinched too early? Now looking more into the long-term supercycle forecast, this might sound insane, but so did 60k Bitcoin once. VanEck's most jaw-dropping prediction? A 3 million price tag per Bitcoin. And no, that's not a typo. This isn't just based on hype. It's based on Bitcoin being adopted for just 5% of global trade. Think about it. That means Bitcoin doesn't even need to replace the US dollar or even become a global money overnight. It just needs to earn a slice of the trade volume pie. And we're already seeing hints of that already. Look at Russia and China, who are reportedly executing Bitcoin-denominated trade deals, and even the Czech central bank is studying Bitcoin for its reserves. This is the slow birth of a Bitcoin-based parallel financial system, one where fiat can't be printed into oblivion, where transactions are trustless, and where global trade doesn't have to run through centralized gatekeepers like SWIFT. By 2050, Bitcoin could become the foundation of financial sovereignty, not just for individuals, but for nation states. This is no longer just about getting rich. It's about owning a piece of the next global financial architecture before the rest of the world catches on. So looking at the last point here, where we are at a 0 to 1 moment for Bitcoin adoption. The shift where Bitcoin transforms from a speculative asset into a functional global currency. This is not a test net. This is the real thing. For the first time ever, we are seeing nation states not only buying Bitcoin, but actually transacting in it. That's a seismic shift in perception and utility. When governments start using Bitcoin for trade and central banks begin exploring Bitcoin for reserves, you know it isn't just a game anymore. This isn't just about price action anymore. It's about a global monetary awakening. It's about unlocking freedom in economies that have been crushed by currency debasement and locked out of fair markets. Bitcoin is becoming the escape hatch from legacy financial repression. Are you recognizing this moment for what it is, or sleeping on the most important shift of our financial lifetimes? So that is the episode that I'd like to leave you today. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button, to share the video to friends and colleagues at work, and if you haven't done so already, to please subscribe to my channel, as I regularly publish some interesting videos such as these, anything to do with Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and the future of finance. So till next time.